Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. TammyTalks here. Let's talk Summerhouse, Martha's Vineyard, episode 3, House Divided. So, if you're brand new to the channel, I break down TV shows, one recap at a time, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video, and then hopping into the comment section so we can talk about everything that happened in this very weird, disjointed episode. We're picking up right where we left off with Phil and the mirror. Remember, they were getting ready to come to fisticuffs, okay? Because Phil is being can I cuss yet? Phil is being an ass to everybody. And Amir is over it, said he's not going to tolerate bullying. So production comes out, breaks it up, but they want to make sure that it does not become physical. Amir said he is not going to tolerate bullies. And if you don't want to get physical, if getting physical was not your thing, that's fine, but he don't mind squaring up on somebody, basically, okay? So Preston comes out and it's like, okay, you know what? Phil has to go. Alex jumps up and it's like, if he stays, then I'm leaving. So now it's like 2 people want him to leave, probably 3 if you include Amir, probably 4 if you include Nick. So at this point, it might be time to go. Production has Phil over to the side. Jasmine come downstairs and it's like, I appreciate you, black man. I appreciate you, black man. And I'm like, Jasmine, it felt very performative. It didn't seem very genuine. It just wasn't, I don't know. I didn't like it. It wasn't necessary. So Jordan comes downstairs and she's like, what the hell just happened in the 5 minutes we've been home? Jordan says she has never met Phil. She knows that he's Bria and Shanice's friend. She has only talked to him on the phone, so she really doesn't know anything about him, but she was looking forward to his fun energy being inside the house. So she goes over to talk to him and she's like, what's the problem? He was like, oh, I took a deuce in Nick's bathroom. And she was like, why? And Phil's response is, oh, because that was my room. And, that was supposed to be my room. And he took it. So she's like, what day were you supposed to come? And he was like, yesterday, it don't even matter. And she's like, so not the first day. He gets irritated by that because it's like in his mind, he realizes I sound stupid. I wasn't supposed to be here the first day. Somebody that was here on the first day got the room. So Jordan asked him, why are you mad at Nick if he didn't know? So Phil is like, yeah, we should all be upstairs cussing out Bria and Milo. She's like, what did the damn dog do? Nick is saying, Phil, so many people on the show. Phil is saying, well, he got out and I had to chase him around the house. So Jordan is looking at him like, what is going on? Phil then goes on to say, I'll give you $100 I bet you $100 that you can't chase him right now. So Jordan is over it because she's really trying to have a serious conversation with this man and he's playing games. Then it turns into him being like, you're cute. So she's like, what? And she kind of laughs at him. Jasmine comes down and they're like, we need to have a house meeting. So Jasmine is like, hey guys, ladies. And Phil says, gentlemen. Jordan said, you don't get that title. You think you're a gentleman? She said, no, you're just a motherfucker sitting on the couch. I said, oh, this went left is everybody drunk? Is everybody still drunk, y'all? Didn't that go very, very left? Was that just me? So she then is like, you're disrespectful. You're getting on everybody's nerves. You're a bitch. He's like, I gave you a compliment. What are you talking about? And she's like, oh my God, Phil gave me a compliment. It was very weird. Everything about this entire scene is why I do not want to go on a trip and stay in the house with people that I do not know. Which is why, if I go on a trip, I need to know 92% of the people in the house. Meaning that there can be one random ass person, but I really would prefer for it to know everybody in the house because of issues like this. So Phil then tells her, well, I'll go shit in your toilet too. So Jordan is like scratching and clawing, trying to get to him. Now people are holding her back. Everybody is like, what is the issue now? Somebody was like, that's Phil again. Now Jordan is activated. Okay. Now the battery in her back is going. Somebody wound her up. I said, this is chaotic because it has to be after midnight. Nonetheless, they have a house meeting. Silas is like, I got a football here. Whoever has the football can talk. Nick was like, I mean, we are adults. We don't need that. We don't need that. Silas is, it will make me feel better. That's that control. Silas wants to have control. They go around, they vote. Everybody votes for him to go home. Meanwhile, Mariah comes out of her little cottage area. She comes in the kitchen and she's asking about Saison seasoning. So her and Phil are talking about that. He's asking if she has a roommate. She's like, do you have a room? She has no idea what is going on involving anything. Bria is mad that nobody is tripping about the fact that Mariah pushed her. So she feels if Phil has to go home, then Mariah should go home too. I said, this is such bullshit, Bria. It is. She took whatever you had and did this to you. It just wasn't that big of a deal. Yes, absolutely. Keep your hands to yourself. I feel like that should be everybody's MO. That should be everybody's motto. Because when you keep your hands to yourself, you avoid situations like this. And this is a situation that could have and should have and would have been avoided if everybody would just behave like adults and have some consideration. Nonetheless, so they say that whoever invited Phil needs to tell him he has to go home. In the vein of keeping it fair, Mariah has to go home now too. So now Jasmine has to tell Mariah she has to go home. Bria does a very quick, short, straight to the point. Phil, come here. Come here real quick. You got to go home. Everybody voted you home. We want you out of here. You got to go home. Phil gets mad and it's like, I just got here. Oh, you've been there long enough, sir. So Phil is like, well, it's your fault for not leaving a note. And it's like, God damn, what was the last room available? You are not that mad about a room. You did this to yourself, Phil, because the one episode that you were on TV, we are looking at you like you are trash can juice balls. Like, you didn't make a good impression on anybody whatsoever. So Jasmine goes and tells Mariah, and it's very tearful, and it's like, I wasn't there for the situation. I didn't see what happened. They're saying that you hit her. I mean, they're saying that you pushed her. They're saying you got physical, so you have to go. And Mariah's like, are you serious? And Jasmine is crying. I feel like Mariah sniffles, but Mariah wants to know, why is Jasmine comfortable having conversations about her when she's not around? They had a house meeting about something that involved you. So it's not that they were really talking behind your back, but they were having, a house meeting. And that's just how that worked out, Mariah. So Amir goes to check on Mariah the next morning. He said he doesn't necessarily think it's fair that she has to leave, but we got to keep our hands to ourselves. She breaks down a little and cries. Like I said, there's something else going on with Mariah. She probably don't need to be there anyways. Bria wakes up and said that she's embarrassed by Phil. Phil has completely embarrassed her. She was excited for him to come, and it's gone left. Shanice and Bria decide to call Phil, and they feel that if he apologizes to everybody, he can come back. Apology or not, he's not coming back in that house. He gets mad, and he was like, it wasn't a big deal. They say it's disgusting, it's disrespectful for you to use that man's bathroom and not flush the toilet. Phil's immature, ignorant ass says that it was funny. It wasn't, though. Literally nobody is laughing but you. So they're like, no, it wasn't. He gets mad, says, fuck all y'all, I'm out, and he hangs up. Bye, Phil. Bye, Phil. Mariah says she is mourning her friendships because they took Bree aside and didn't even bother coming to talk to her about it, which is true, but you put your hands on her. Mariah does not believe that she put her hands on her. When you take something and you forcefully push something into somebody, that is you putting your hands on somebody. So I get what Mariah is saying. I didn't put my hands on her. In Mariah's eyes, I didn't push her, touch her, punch her, shove her, any of that. But there was contact with your hand, a part of your body. There was contact with her body. So that's really how that goes. So Amir, now after Mariah leaves, Amir then admits that he mixed in the dog stuff and just let Mariah take the fall for it. And that completely changed my perception, my view, my opinion of Amir. Because that is trash. You have seen this entire fallout. You have seen this the series of actions that followed that. You sat there and watched them get into this heated argument, and then would say, I tried to say something. I tried to, but you guys," and I'm like, that's trash, Amir. That's trash, Amir. But I shouldn't be surprised. But like, very disappointed in Amir. So Shanice comes up to Alex and he's like, whoa, personal space. You don't respect boundaries. And I'm like, well, damn. Alex is in his confessional saying that he heard some stuff about Shanice, and the stuff that he heard about her, he wants to kind of keep a distance from her. I said, what did you hear? That, like, because the way he's acting, you would think that she has, like the clap or something, the way he was acting. He then tells her that she kept touching him. He doesn't like that. So he doesn't want to get to know her now. They show some footage, and there were a couple times when they were out, and while he had a hand up, like laughing, she like grabbed his hand or something. Alex is low-key a little weirdo too, but since he's fine, we be really trying to ignore it. But I feel like Alex has a lot of very judgmental ways because you've gotten yourself together and you don't drink and you don't party and you're very spiritual when you meditate and all that type of stuff. It seems that he now judges people that he feels are not at his level yet. And those are literally the worst type of people. Nonetheless, they decide to have a field day. Field days are always fun. Adult field days are always fun. So Nick, they're in the car on the way there, and the guys are talking, and Silas is asking them, does anybody find Jordan attractive? And they're like, we all find Jordan attractive. So Nick doesn't want people to keep asking him that. He says he has a secret. He's about to drop a big bomb. I thought he was going to say that he was like gay or bisexual or something like that. His bomb is he has a girlfriend. Bye, Nick. Bye, Nick. Bye, Nick. We'll talk about that when we get there. Amir then talks about how he saw Shanice's breast the other night. So the last night, Shanice was about to get in the shower. Amir comes and knocks on the door. Shanice says, I'm in here, just come in. He does not. She walks out topless, just in her thong, into their room because she wanted the attention. Amir then said that if that was 21-year-old Amir, he'd have been all over that. But since he really likes Jordan, he's going to have some boundaries. She then says, sorry for the boobs. Amir was like, they're tits. I said, yeah, you didn't grow up around black people. But whatever. So Amir recants the story. So now Alex is like, yeah, I want to stay away from her. Oh my God. But then Alex talks about how he once was a fuckboy just 5 or 6 years ago. And I guess now he's just disgusted with everybody and everything because he's just this amazingly whole new person. Bye, Alex. You're becoming less attractive every single episode as well. So they're doing the field day. And they ended up calling in the Ty. Everybody was mad because we out here sweating and getting dizzy and doing all this stuff for a tie. I'd have been mad too. I hate ties. I think ties are stupid. There is a winner. There has to be a winner. So Shanice is talking to Alex about his personal space situation. Alex is being like an ass to her, and in his confessional, he is once again talking about how he found out stuff about her, not her business to tell, but he had an article sent to him. So apparently, Shanice used to date an actor that was on Insecure, an up and coming actor. I'm wondering if it was an no, if they're saying insecure actor, I wonder if it was an extra or something. But they had a bad breakup. He said that she was harassing him, stalking him, being, crazy stalker type girl. She says it's not true. All her homegirls are like, it's not true. That's not what she does. She admits that she was calling this man over and over. He had 18 missed calls. What is the time span on 18 missed calls? Jasmine is like, of course, if you never answer. Okay, Jasmine. Okay. Okay. Like, what is the mark on Jasmine's cheekbone? Is that a birthmark? Is it a burn? Because I feel like some episodes it's like very protruded. Others it's not. Like, is it a birthmark or is it a burn? I haven't seen, I don't know how she looks now. I haven't went to her Instagram or anything, but sometimes it looks super, super red. If y'all know, respectfully say if you know what it is down in the comments. So Amir and Jordan are down by the water. And they're just kind of talking, and he wants her to walk into the water. She said, no, it's cold. That's how you get sick. Putting your feet in freezing cold water. And he's like, that is not how you get sick. And she was like, sure it is. My grandmother told me, and that's why I sleep with socks. And he looked like mortified that she slept with socks. So I start off sleeping with socks, and then throughout the night, I will kick my socks off. I don't know why, even in the summer. Well, I always have my air going in the summer, but I typically do. That's what I do. So I don't judge her for sleeping with the socks on, but mine definitely come off halfway in the middle of the night. So they get home, they are cooking dinner. Amir is going to cook, and Preston, Jordan, and I think Bria were helping cook dinner too. So they're going to make steaks on the grill. They're going to have broccoli, I think potatoes, and then they're going to have macaroni and cheese. Amir asks Preston, does he put breadcrumbs on his mac and cheese? And Preston said no, because I'm black. We don't put breadcrumbs on our macaroni and cheese. No. No, sir. No, sir. Preston was like, I know you didn't grow up black because you put some breadcrumbs on some macaroni and cheese in a black household, and you will not be asked or invited to make it again. So they have dinner. It looks great. We find out that Amir's mom was not the greatest cook. He was a very picky eater as a child. So she sent him to culinary camp as a kid so that he can learn all the different things he wanted to cook for himself, which is an amazing idea. And so because of that, Amir is a really good cook. So kudos to him. So after dinner, everybody's talking, and the guys want to have a guys' night. The girls are going to have a girls' night. And they're not going to do it that night. Everybody's tired or whatever. But they're just talking about what's going to happen. And they're talking, Jordan is being facetious. And she's like, oh, something about free drinks. And Silas is like, no, Jasmine has to buy all her own drinks. No free drinks for her. If you have a drink, you need to buy it yourself. This whole conversation is stupid. I am sick of Silas act like, it makes you wonder what was Silas like before he got married. You know what I mean? Because he's like, if a guy buys you a drink, then there's the implication that, that he's going to want something from that, or that you're giving him an invitation to talk to you. And that's not the case. I get free drinks from guys all the time. I have had free drinks from guys all the time when we go out. it does not automatically mean, oh, because I let you buy me a Maker's Mark and ginger beer, that I'm giving you the invitation to come over and like, you know what I mean? It makes me wonder what Silas was like before this. So you can see that it gets kind of heated between Jasmine and Silas. So they're kind of going back and forth. And she's like, it's not a big deal if I get free drinks. You can get free drinks too. And he all but said, anime, you ain't gonna get no fucking free drinks. That's what he's thinking in his head. You can see the way, and he's looking in his head. He is not going. He's not entertained. He does not want her to take nan drink from anybody that's out. So Jordan is then like, oh, she drinks. She gets wild when she drinks. And she's like, no, Silas knows I drink. Silas knows. And so everybody is like, dude, Jordan, like, fall back. But I feel like Jordan is like, I want you to see the real Jasmine and not the Jasmine you're trying to create. And that's the issue. Silas has in his mind what he thinks Jordan, how he believes Jasmine should behave, how he thinks that Jasmine should to talk and speak and what she should do, her curfew, all this other kind of stuff. And it's like her friends are like, nah, you need to accept her for who she is. Their issue is that they met during COVID, dated during COVID, got married at the end of COVID. So during COVID, I feel like every relationship that kind of started during COVID, it wasn't the strongest. It did not come out. We are just now coming out of this. A lot of those relationships that started during that, they're not still together. They're not. They are just not still together. And a lot of that is because we were all different people inside of that. We weren't going out. We weren't doing the normal, typical things that we would. He keeps saying that he doesn't know who she was before the pandemic. He doesn't know how she is with her friends. I don't know how she is with her friends. Like, it's kind of annoying. And it's like, well, what do you think she's getting ready to go out and do? If you feel that you know your wife, if you trust your wife, she should be able to go out and hang out with her friends without you like all but assuming she's gonna be somewhere laying low and spreading it wide. It's annoying. So they talk about apparently Shanice and Jasmine, before going to work at the Playboy Club, they went kind of party hopping. So when they got to work, they were drunk. They both ended up getting fired ultimately from the Playboy Club for being intoxicated at work, which you can't do. You can't do. Even if you work at a bar, you can't show up drunk. So Silas is like, oh, I didn't know about that. That's news to me. He looks pissed. Jasmine quickly jumps up and goes upstairs. He's walking around looking for her, babe. And she's like, I just need a moment to decompress. I think the issue is that Jasmine is tired of being embarrassed by this man. She's tired of being embarrassed by him. Because anytime they have a conversation in a group setting like this, he low-key is like trying to sun her. And she's embarrassed by it. She's tired of it. She's over it. So she goes into the truth booth. I said, is this supposed to be like the confessional room, like on like Jersey Shore in Real World? But she's in the truth booth, and she's stressed about it. I don't know if she says she can't see herself, or she's stressed about marriage being decade after decade after decade of this. It's like she's now starting to see the fog is lifting. The veil, the marriage veil is lifting, and she's starting to see how controlling he is. And it's probably an issue for her because she doesn't know how to be a wife and a friend and herself all at the same time. So now that they're upstairs, I think somebody else has gone upstairs, and the remaining people are sitting down talking, and they ask Nick who it is that he likes to date. And Nick then admits that he typically likes to date black women, but he admits that he has a girlfriend. And so all the ladies are like, a girlfriend? Not the way you've been in my DMs. The fire emojis, the heart eyes, all of this being recently, probably after they found out that they were all cast for the show. So then Shanice is like, Nick literally just sent me a DM saying he wanted to marry me right before we came into this house. And they put the little bubbles up on the screen. And Nick just looks like a fuckboy. This episode was okay. It looks like 2 more people are coming next week. Hopefully, and I don't mean like the drama picks up, but now that we've had the complete messy stuff kick up, let's see y'all do something fun. Let's see y'all leave the house more. Let's see more relationships, even if it means like friendships start to cultivate. Let's give something, but still enjoying the show. I thought this was still a very good episode. So let me know what you guys thought about it down below. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.